So we're just gonna give it a start. We're gonna start with laying on your back, making yourself nice and tiny. So you bring your knees to your chest and your chest to your knees. And try to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose as well. Then we're gonna wiggle a little bit right to left. Okay, and then we're gonna make ourselves as long as possible. So it's fine if your back is a little bit arched, that is not touching the floor, that's okay. Just make your arms as long and your legs as long as possible. Ooh, I love the sound of the birds. I think that's Carolyn's garden. Okay, you're gonna bring your arms wide. You're gonna place your feet flat on the floor. And then we're gonna drop the knees from right to left. Just nice and relaxed, nothing too quick. Okay, then we're gonna bring the knees to the right and both the arms to the left. So we're gonna get a stretch that we're gonna hold on to. And you're gonna feel that a little bit more into your muscles. So you can just grab your other arm if you can. It will never be all straight. Okay, we're gonna switch over to the other side. If your knees are down to the floor, that's good. If they're not, then just keep them where you can. As long as your shoulders stay on the floor. Okay, then we're gonna place your right foot on top of your left knee. You're gonna grab one arm through the legs, the other one around, and you're just gonna bring your knee to your chest. If you can place your head on the floor or put a pillow under it. And this should feel nice for the people who did Ralph's workout, since we're stretching the glutes nicely. Okay, you're gonna keep the feet and the knee like this. You're just gonna place your foot on the floor. You're gonna spread your arms again, and we're gonna drop the knee over. So you're gonna keep one foot against the knee. So we're gonna stretch a little bit more into the hip area. If you can also push your knee a little bit away from you. So you open up even a little bit more in your hip, but only do it for how it feels good. Don't overdo it. It shouldn't be a pain level 10, it should be like an unpleasant 4. But nothing too crazy. Okay, then we're gonna put the foot aside and we're gonna switch to the other side. So we're gonna put the left foot on the right knee. You're gonna grab one arm through and one arm around, and you're gonna pull your knee to your chest. Daarom vandaag even deze sessie. Ik voelde mijn eigen lichaam ook na een paar workouts. Okay, you're gonna place your foot back down on the floor again, your arms wide, and you're gonna drop your knee and your foot to the side. And if you can, push your knee a little bit away from you. Okay, gently put your foot back. And we're just gonna finish this sequence again with the knees right to left. So keep your arms wide and just drop your knees right to left. So we're gonna get, again, a little bit of movement into the spine. Okay, then we're gonna place the feet firmly on the floor. You're gonna bring your arms in 90 degrees. So if I show that sitting, you're gonna start with your arms here, and then over the floor, we're gonna bring your arms up and down. Yeah, what you try to do is try to keep your elbow and your hand connected to the floor. So we're just gonna gently start to move our arms up. And you should feel that your elbow and your hand stays on the floor, and then we're gonna bring it back down. So everything just slides over the floor. I always have my left arm that when we come back down, that it wants to rotate a little bit. So I'm trying to keep it as much as I can on the floor, but you already see that my wrist starts to bend a little bit. So I'm not gonna push it too far. We're just gonna keep moving it up and down. Okay, then we're gonna bring the arms next to the hips. We're gonna focus on keeping the lower back into the floor, so you wanna tilt your pelvis a little bit so it's tucked in. You want to keep that tight, and you're going to raise your arms up as far back as you can without losing the tension in your core and your lower back. So your lower back should always be on the floor. Then you're going to bring your arms back to your hips again and bring your arms above your head. So it really depends on your flexibility in your upper back and your shoulders. If you can bring your arms all the way down, the yes or the no. Keep focusing that the lower back stays on the floor, so you should not arch. Very good. Then we're gonna pretend we're making a snow angel. So you're gonna have your hands starting here. We're gonna rotate them above the floor till we're pretty much sideways. Your palms will be up, and you're gonna bring it all the way above your head with your palms facing up to the sky or to the ceiling. Yeah? So we're just gonna move it along the floor, keeping the palms up the whole time. So also when you're in a down position, your palms are up. And you're just gonna make a big circle, pretending you're in the snow, and you're making the wings of the angel. I don't know when it will be that we have snow again, but we can always pretend.
stof.
Sorry?
Ik doe nu met stof.
Moet je misschien eens even stofzuigen daar?
Ja, zeker.
Okay, one more time. Good. Okay, then we're gonna finish with pulling the knees again into the chest. Make yourself tiny. You know, wiggle a little bit right to left. Not too far, otherwise you're gonna fall over. Okay, good. And then we're gonna take a sitting position. You can place your legs however you want to. We're just gonna start to move a little bit with the upper back. So you're just rotating your arms right to left, not too quick yet. Okay, then hopefully you have a towel close by. If not, grab one, we'll wait. The towel we are gonna place around our feet. And now I want you to focus on pulling your shoulders back and your chest up. So your legs should be as straight as they can. And you're gonna start to push your chest up and your shoulders back. So my shoulders are active and my sitting position is active as well. And by doing so, I'm gonna activate a lot of things in my back and I'm gonna stretch my hamstrings at the same time. Dus Hans, als het inderdaad kan, je benen goed recht houden. En dan probeer niet te veel hier te zitten, maar echt je borst omhoog te duwen. Okay, then we're gonna relax the upper part. If you need to, you can still hold on to your towel, but if you can grab your toes, then grab your toes. You still want to try and keep your legs straight, but now your back can be a little bit more rounded. Very good. Okay, next one. Follow my instructions to the letter. You're gonna place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. Then we're gonna place our left arm on the outside of the right knee. Then we're gonna push the knee to whatever you see, and you're gonna push your chest the opposite way. Yeah, so for me, I'm pushing my knee towards you guys. And I'm pushing my chest as much as I can to my wall. So you want to make a nice rotation into your back while pushing against your knee. So you should also feel some stretch in your hip or glute.
Yeah.
And try to keep your chest as much up as you can. So your spine is nice and straight and tall. And make sure you can keep on breathing. If it's hard to breathe, push less hard. Okay, gently release. We're gonna change. So we're gonna put our left foot on the outside of the right knee. We're gonna put our right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Now I'm pushing my chest towards you guys and I'm pushing my knee to the wall. Again, try to keep your spine nice and straight and make sure you can still breathe. Very good. Okay, then we're gonna place our feet together and the knees out. I'm gonna grab my legs just above the ankles. And I don't care so much about how low the knees are. Right now I'm gonna push my chest up again and pull my shoulders back. So the same as we did with the towel. I'm not leaning forward, but I'm making my spine as straight as I can. And by keeping my chest nice and upright, I'm gonna get an activation on the back side of my shoulders. You should not wanna shrug your shoulders to your ears. You wanna put them away from the ears. So your neck is also nice and long. Ja, is dat een koolmeisje?
Ja.
Ah, vroeg me het al af. Okay, then we're gonna relax the upper part of the body and you're just gonna lean forward. So of course it depends on how flexible you are and how much you can lean forward. Okay, we're gonna sit again with our legs straight in front of us. And right now we're gonna start with the arms next to your shoulders. And we're just gonna press one arm up and back down. Yeah, so one arm stays next to your shoulder or hand. The other one goes straight up and try to get it to as close to your ear as you can. So if you see it a little bit more from the front, I'm trying to extend my arm and simply put it against my head. Of course, I'm not gonna lean with my head to the side. So you wanna have your legs nice and tight so they're active. You wanna keep your chest as much upright as you can. So this is actually costing you also a lot of muscle effort to stay as well as you can.
Okay, I'll do this. Okay, bye.
Good. Okay, now we're gonna take the position again with the knees out. We're gonna try and keep our chest up. So it depends a little bit on where you're gonna place your feet. You wanna put your chest up and we're gonna open up with the palms facing upwards. And you're just gonna pull your arms and your shoulder blades back. And the whole time you wanna stay as much upright as you can. So if you have to put your feet a little bit further away from you to be able to do so, that is all good. Always try to keep your shoulders low and pull your shoulder blades as much back as you can. Very good. Okay, the next one, we're gonna place our legs straight, but we're gonna open them up as much as we can. Yeah, always keep them nice and straight. We're gonna first start to walk over to the right leg, and then we're gonna start to walk over to the left leg. And we're gonna walk it back again. So you're just gonna place your hands over the floor while you're gonna bring yourself from one side to the other.
I feel like I need to do a lot of these.
Then you should definitely do them every day.
Oh, I think so.
For me, of course, I feel this in my legs, but also when I'm to the side, I try to bring my hand on the outside of my leg. So I'm also getting a nice stretch alongside the shoulders.
niet zo ver als jij, hè?
Dat is oké, Jan.
Dus ik heb niet zo'n stretch in mijn schouder doen.
Nee, die voel je dan inderdaad iets minder. Maar dat komt zo goed.
Ik kan wel voorbij mijn been lopen natuurlijk.
Ja, dat kan je zeker. Zolang je heupen maar wel op de grond blijven. Als je heupen mee gaat draaien, dan wordt het wat minder. Okay. Now, if you need it, put your towel around one foot, let's say the right side, and you're just gonna hold the towel. If you're flexible enough to grab your toe, then of course you can do so. You're gonna keep from the arm that's on the leg, you're gonna make sure that your armpit is facing up from the elbow. Yeah? So I'm gonna drop my right side a little bit down, and I'm gonna reach over with my left arm.
Okay, left arm this way.
Exactly. So you're gonna feel a really nice stretch along your side. Maybe your lower back as well. Maybe your lats a little bit. And you just wanna reach as much over as you can without falling over. Okay. Whew, that was a good one. We're gonna place the towel or grab your toes on the other side. Again, you wanna bring your armpit facing up, so your elbow is facing down, and we're gonna reach over. You wanna reach over as much as you can without falling over. We're also gonna do this a second way for the people that are a little bit stiff in their hamstrings. Okay, now you're gonna let go of the towel. You're gonna take or your feet together, or in Dutch the kleermaker zit. I think in English is the cross-legged. You're gonna place your right hand on the floor beside you, and then we're gonna lean over with the left. Now you wanna force your hips to stay down. So especially the left hip should stay on the floor, and we're gonna lean over to the right side as much as you can. So your right arm is a little bit bent. If you see it a little bit more from the front angle, I'll be here. Yes, I'm just leaning on my right arm, and I'm reaching over with my left arm to the right side. So now we have a little bit more of a stretch in the upper body, and the hamstrings are not constraining us too much. Good. Then we're gonna switch it over to the other side. So the left hand is on the floor, bend your arm a little bit, and the right arm goes above your head. And you're gonna reach as much as you can to the left side, while keeping your right hip onto the floor. Good. Okay, let's make a couple of rotations again. Hopefully that should feel a little bit more at ease than a couple minutes ago. For me, for sure. Okay, for the next one, you can decide however you want to sit, with your legs straight or bent. You are gonna interlace your fingers into each other. Your palms are facing you, and I'm just gonna round my back and upper back as much as I can. So I really want to pull my shoulder blades apart to the side, so I get a really nice stretch overall. Okay, we're gonna keep the fingers interlaced, but we're gonna press our palms out, and then I'm gonna press myself as much upright as I can. Okay. Now if you're flexible enough, you can grab your fingers interlaced with your palms facing your backside. You're gonna open up your chest. So you're gonna push your chest up and your shoulders back. If that is too difficult, just grab the towel. You can do exactly the same. Yeah, but your chest is gonna go upright and your shoulders are gonna go back. So if this is too difficult for your shoulders, just grab your towel. You get exactly the same stretch, even better. So you should feel this a little bit in the front side of your shoulder and your chest, and maybe even a little bit into your biceps. Okay, then as much as we can, we're gonna lean forward, bringing our arms up. However you hold your hand is fine. Just bring your arms as much up as you can. That is a little bit more muscle activation. So they should start to burn already a little bit. Okay, now relax. Then we're just gonna round the shoulders a little bit. So we're gonna make some circles backwards. And we're gonna make some circles forwards. Then we're gonna place our left hand behind our back. So looking from the back side, I'm just gonna place it like this. That will force my left shoulder to stay down. I'm gonna grab my right hand overhead. So I'm gonna place it on top of my head on my ear. And then gently I'm gonna pull my head to my right shoulder. So my arm is forcing my left shoulder to stay down. And I'm just making my neck a little bit longer. Don't pull too hard. It should still feel around a 4 for 5, not a 10 in agony. Then we're gonna bring our chin to our chest. So not completely to the shoulder, but sideways down. I'm gonna place my hand a little bit more on the back side of my head, and I'm gonna pull my head diagonal down. So you should feel this a little bit more in the neck, on the back and the side. And the first one was a little bit more in the front and the side. Okay, now we're going to switch the arms. So the right hand is going to the back. We're going to start with keeping the head straight. The hand is on the ear, and we're going to bring the head sideways. So make sure you feel like your chin is a little bit up, so you get the stretch nicely from the side and a little bit of the front of the neck. And try to keep your right shoulder as much down as you can. Okay, now we're going to rotate the chin sideways down to the chest. We're going to place our hand a little bit more on the back side, and we're going to gently push. And you're going to feel again the side of the neck and a little bit more in the back. Very good. Now we're just gonna gently make some circles with the head. A little bit down, a little bit up, nothing too crazy. And we're gonna make some circles to the other side. Good. If you want to have a sip of water, have some. We are gonna take our pillow for under our knees. And whenever everybody's ready, we are gonna continue.
Hello. Oh, that's okay.
So you're just gonna use a pillow for under your knee so it's a little bit softer. We're gonna be on our hands and knees, and we're gonna start with the easy one where we're gonna arch our back. Now I also want you to sink through your shoulders. So your shoulder blades are really coming together on the back side. Yeah? So it shouldn't be only an arch in your lower back, it should also be an arch in your upper back. Then we're gonna start slowly to make our back straight. And then we're slowly gonna push it all the way up. So we're gonna round everything. So that means your shoulder blades are coming apart. Our abdominals are a little bit working. Our lower back and upper back is pushing all the way up to the ceiling as much as we can. And then we're gently gonna make it straight again. Nothing too quick. And we're gonna arch it again. So arch your lower back, sink into your shoulder blades so they're coming together on the back side. My chin is a little bit forward. So I'm looking a little bit diagonal forward. Okay, we're gonna gently make it straight and then make it round one more time. Good. Okay, for the next one, you want to try and keep your hips as straight as possible. We're going to bring our right arm through our body, and I'm going to bring my right shoulder to the floor. So I want to reach through with my arm as much as I can, and if possible, I want to bring my right shoulder to the floor and my head as well. So this is again a rotation. If you're tight in your shoulders or in your lats, you will definitely feel a stretch. If you don't feel the stretch, be thankful you're loose enough. Okay, we're gonna pull the arm gently back and we're gonna rotate to the other side. So I'm gonna keep my left arm through, I'm gonna keep my palm upwards, and then bring my arm as much through it as I can and bring my left shoulder to the floor. Now here my shoulder is not touching the floor completely, so I can see I'm a little more stiff on this side, but it's all good. I still keep my head on the floor, so it's not costing me too much energy to keep this position. And gently pull the arm back. Okay, we're just gonna arch and round the back 5 times, just gently moving it the whole time, just so we bring some movement in the spine again. Very good. Okay, then we are gonna place our right foot forward. We have it a little bit further ahead than the 90 degrees mark. My left hip is above my left knee, but my right foot is a little bit more forward. Now I'm gonna push my hips forward and I'm gonna lean on my right knee. Yeah, so I wanna keep my chest as much upright as I can. So we're gonna get a nice stretch on the left front side of the hip. And you can just lean on your knee so it's not too uncomfortable. Okay, then we're gonna gently push the hips back. I'm gonna push my hip even more back and I'm gonna straighten out my right leg. If possible, I'm gonna lean with my hands on the floor. If not possible, I'm gonna lean with my hands on my upper leg. Yeah, whatever works for you. And now, of course, we're stretching the right hamstring, the back side of the leg. Okay, we're gonna come again back forward. If it's possible, you're gonna bring both your hands on the inside of your leg. So my right foot is forward, so my hands are on the left side. And now I'm pushing my hips as much down as I can. Some people are really flexible and they can put their elbows on the floor. I'm not there that much, but I can bend my arms a little bit. Niet omvallen. Okay, we're gently gonna move our way backwards. Now we're gonna keep the leg bent. You're gonna pull your toe up, and now I'm gonna try and straighten out my leg as much as I can. But because I'm pulling my toes to me, I'm gonna feel this a little more into my calf and the bottom part of my foot. If your leg is not straight, that is fine. Okay, now we're gonna finish off with a little bit of movement. So we're gonna push our hips forward and we're gonna push our hips back. So you're just gonna keep your hands on the floor and you just keep moving your hips back and forward. Good. We're gonna change to the other side. So we're gonna place our left foot forward. That will feel a little bit weird right now. Make sure your foot is a little bit further ahead than your knee. And we're gonna start with pushing our hips forward, hands on the knee, and we're gonna push the chest back. So I really wanna open the right side as much as I can. That's why I'm leaning on my knee, so I can push my chest backwards. You might not completely see me, but you get the idea. Okay, then we're gonna push our hips back. Get your leg as straight as you can. Lean on your upper leg if needed, or you can place your hands on the floor. Just make sure you keep your leg nice and straight. Okay, for the next one, we're gonna push our hips forward again. We're gonna place our hands on the inside of the left leg, so we can push our hips a little bit further down. And if possible, you're gonna bend your arms even a little bit. Okay, we're gonna bring our hips back again. You're gonna make sure you grab your toes, so really pull your toes to you. And then you try to straighten out the leg as much as you can, but you don't have to. Okay. Then we're gonna place both our knees on the pillow. Now the idea that we're gonna do is we're gonna lean on our hands. Put myself a little more upright. So if you want to, if your ankles are not too flexible, then you can grab your towel and you can place the towel around the ankle part so that your feet are never completely flat. That will help a little bit. You're gonna place your hands back. You can do that on your knuckles or on your fingers, whatever works. Now the idea is I'm gonna start to rotate my pelvis. So I wanna tuck my buttocks in and I'm gonna push my hips up. Yeah, by doing so, we're gonna stretch the front side of the upper leg. The more you squeeze your butt, the more stretch you're gonna feel in the front. Now relax for a second. We're gonna do that one more time. So we're gonna again place our hands back. I'm always putting my thumb up outside and my knuckles, so my wrist is pretty relaxed. I'm gonna tilt my pelvis again, so I'm gonna squeeze my butt, and then I'm gonna lift up my hips. So I actually do not wanna arch in my back. I wanna really keep squeezing my butt cheeks together, because that's the aim, to get the stretch. Okay. Is there any body part that you feel like we haven't stretched yet and that you need to? This is the moment for requests. If not, then we're gonna move on to the core muscles. I think I got you pretty much covered then. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're gonna start off with a very gentle abdominal exercise. You can decide how much pressure you're gonna put. We're gonna bring our knees just in front of our hips. So this is the hip line and the knees just in front. We're gonna start with the head and shoulders on the floor. We're gonna place our hands against the knees, and we're just gently gonna push the knees into the hands and the hands into the knees. By doing so, we're gonna activate the abdominal muscles, and we're just gonna hold it. Yeah, so keep your head and shoulders nice, relaxed on the floor. So your neck is nice and neutral, and you're just gonna push gently against your knees. And because we're holding it, by now you should start to feel your muscles vibrate a little bit. If not, push a little bit harder. Make sure you keep on breathing. Very good. Okay, we're gonna place our feet on the floor. Now you have two options, or you keep your arms in front of you and you're just gonna squeeze up with your head and shoulders. If that is uncomfortable for your neck, grab your towel and just bring your elbows up to the ceiling. So not forward, but upward. Yeah, so whatever works for you, we're gonna hold the position. So your shoulders are as much up from the floor as you can, and you're gonna get activation in your straight abdominals again. And relax. Good. We're gonna place our right foot on our left knee. The right arm stays on the floor. The left hand is behind the head. I am not gonna move my head, so I do not want to see the chin going to the chest. I am gonna move my shoulder and my upper body. So I'm gonna rotate towards my right knee, but I'm keeping my chin aimed to the sky or to the ceiling. Yeah, so I'm just supporting my head. I'm not pulling on my head. And by making the rotation, we're gonna use some other muscles than the previous two. So the right shoulder stays on the floor, the left one is coming up and down. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. So the left foot goes on the knee, the left arm stays down, right hand to the head, and we're gonna rotate to the left knee. Make sure you keep on breathing. Every time you come up, you breathe out. One more. Good. Okay, we're gonna bring our feet flat to the floor, a little bit aside. We are gonna bring our head and shoulders up. If you're fine with keeping your head like this, you're gonna move right to left. If you need a little bit of support with your head, then you're just gonna move 10 times to the right, and then you're gonna switch your arms. Yep. So we're gonna start to move from one side to the other side. You want to keep your shoulders as much off the floor as you can, and you want to squeeze on the side of your body to bring your shoulder towards your heel. So your hips are staying steady. It's the shoulder part that is moving. Very good. And relax. Good. We're going to move our knees to the left side. We're going to bring our left hand under our head. And right now we're going to reach with the right hand just as much as you can. It won't be a lot, but you're going to feel the contraction anyway. Because you cannot really come up that much because your spine is not allowing you. But you're still going to feel your abdominals crunch. So your hips are a little bit turned open to the back part, and you come up as much as you can. And we're going to do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. And we're going to change to the other side. So you're going to bring your right hand under your head, your left arm is facing forward, and you're going to reach as much forward as you can. So your shoulders might be able to lift off the floor a little bit, maybe not. Very good. Okay, we're gonna turn back again to the first side. Right now you're gonna bring your lowest arm in front of you. Your legs are off the floor. Your right arm is above your head. You're gonna lean a little bit on your left elbow, and you're gonna bring your shoulders up and your knees to your chest. So you're gonna tap your foot. Yeah, then we're gonna extend again. Legs stay off the floor, shoulder touches the floor, and then we're going to come up again. So every time you bring your shoulders up and down, and you bring your knees in and out. Make sure you keep your hips a little bit tilted backwards, so you can actually come up and down. We're gonna do 2 more. Good. And we're gonna switch to the other side. So your right arm is in front of you. Your left arm is above your head. Your legs are off the floor. And we're gonna come up with the shoulders. And we're gonna go out. Bring your knees into your chest as much as you can. gonna do 2 more. Very good. That should burn a little bit, right? Good. Okay, depending on how your knees and elbows are, I'm gonna place my towel under my knees and I'm gonna place my pillow under my elbows. We are gonna make a plank where we're gonna start it off on our knees. So your feet are a little bit apart. I always dig my toes into the floor. And I'm gonna make from my knees, my hips and my shoulders a straight line. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait till everybody is in that position and then we're gonna keep it tight. So I'm gonna keep a straight line. I'm not a square. I'm nor a hangman. I'm gonna keep a plank.
Je moet iets meer naar beneden gaan, Paula.
Naar beneden gaan.
Richting je voeten. Dat je hoofd zien.
Ja, wil je mijn hoofd zien? Yes. So we're gonna squeeze our butt cheeks together. So I'm not having my back arched, but oops, my battery's almost dead. Lucky you. So I'm not arching my back, I'm actually pulling my pelvis forward. Yeah, so I really squeeze my butt cheeks and I keep my abs nice and tight. My shoulders should be above my elbows. So I'm having everything nice and tight. We're gonna count 10 from 10 down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Next one, we're gonna be on our side. You're gonna have your lowest leg bent. So you're just gonna bring your heel backwards and your leg is 90 degrees. Yeah? My hips go up. I'm gonna make sure I'm not hanging in my shoulder, but I'm pushing myself away from my elbow. And my left leg is straight, but on the floor. Ja? Dus Hans, je voet meer naar achter brengen. Dat je onderste been 90 graden is. Nee, je onderste been, ja. En je linkerbeen is gewoon recht. Yes. Okay.
Is your elbow on the ground?
My elbow is on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I want to squeeze my butt cheeks together. I want to make sure that from the shoulders, hips and knees, I'm one line. Not just this way, but also that way. Now we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. We're gonna flip it over to the other side. So again, I'm gonna bend my lowest leg. I'm gonna keep my knees together and I'm gonna press my hips up. I'm gonna make sure I'm pushing myself upright from my shoulder. So I'm not hanging in my shoulder, but I'm actually active. You're gonna squeeze your butt cheeks together. Keep everything as a plank. And make sure I keep breathing. And we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very good job.